Just flush in the forehead.
Oh, God.
How about this? How about we find a place that takes a prop bet and we do an eye poke? What are we doing?
We're fisting each other.
Who the fuck knows who Dolgarian is?
The mafia does.
Malicious. Fucking hands, bro.
Ione.
Damn it.
Welcome back to MMA Mathletes. My name's Sean.
I'm Joe.
We're two casual MMA fans who happen to be degenerate gamblers. Come join us as we chase the perfect parlay each week. This week, we're breaking down UFC Fight Night, Bonfim versus Brown. And if you like our content, make sure you're subscribed.
So before we get into this podcast, we did hit a few of our bets last week. And if you aren't on our Patreon, some of our Patreon bets hit as well. We did have a parlay hit on there. So make sure you're subscribed on there. You could actually go and just subscribe for free if you want. And if you want to just wait out for like an event that you actually want to bet on, you could just go wait for that and then just buy that card if you wanted. It's only like $5, so it's not a big deal. We hit Toledo Alencar versus Ariane Carnelossi. Carnelossi. Over 2.5 rounds. It was minus 240. We hit that. We hit Co versus Rowe. We got Co money line on that, minus 185. Then we did Alice. Is it? I think it's Elise, right?
I think it's Elise.
I think it's Elise as well. We hit Elise Ardeleon versus Montessori. Dude, get normal names. Ruiz versus Ardeleon, minus 370 money line. We hit that as well. Dumont, the most controversial thing. We dinged that as well, minus 160. And we had a 5-leg parlay. It was so over 2.5 rounds, Alencar, minus 240. And then over 2.5 rounds, Co versus Rowe. Over 2.5 rounds, Ruiz versus Ardeleon, minus 280. Over 2.5 rounds, Ketlin versus Norma, minus 440. Over 1.5 rounds, Radke versus Daniel. So overall, it was a plus 575 parlay. And we dinged that. That was also on our Patreon. We hit Charles Radke, total significant strikes, over 30.5. We dinged that, minus 115. We hit total rounds over under. It was 2.5 rounds under for Waldo versus Ante. It was plus 105. So that was a pretty good one. But yeah, make sure you're on our Patreon because on our free side, you'll be able to see the parlays we talked about in the podcast. And then you could also purchase our spicier picks. That way you can win a little bit more money if they do hit. And lately, at least one of them is hitting. So it's kind of like if you did $5 and then you did $5 in each one, you're making your money back and some. So make sure you're subscribed to our Patreon. Yeah, let's get into the news for this week.
Dude, that card this past week
was terrible. Everyone said it was terrible. Did you see what Dana White said?
No.
Dana White was freaking out because everyone said that the rest of the cards, like the rest of the year, are going to be bad, especially this card coming up. And he's like, shut the fuck up. Literally. He's like, shut the
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's like, he said, shut the fuck up. Like, the cards haven't even happened yet. How do you even know?
You know who knew? The odds makers. Because I think only 2 of the underdogs hit. Normally, you get like kind of like a 50-50. And you kind of have to play Minesweeper and try to figure out which one of the underdogs is going to, take over. But, I mean, the whole prelims, if you just bet every single favorite, would have won.
It's funny you say something about the odds and the underdogs hitting.
I'm assuming you're talking about Yadier.
Yeah,
and them
pretty
taking
spicy.
Off. That was crazy.
Yeah, it's like a huge thing right now. Everyone's freaking out.
I'm pretty sure they actually took it off our bet completely. They didn't even void it. Normally, if you bet on a sports book, like in an application, because I'm 1,000 years old, in an app like Caesars, that's the one that we run through. If it voids, it will have like a little like caution and it'll let you know, hey, this is voided because, whatever reason. And then the odds are going to be adjusted because of that. And they completely took it off. They didn't even give me any kind of reason or anything like that.
Also, we use Caesars because we're located in Vegas. We can't use outside apps, but we are partnered with MyBookie. So if you click the link in our bio, and you sign up using our code MB50, you do get 50% bonus up to $1,000 in your first deposit. And then you just link that with some of the parlays, and now you're making spicy parlays, making spicy money. And then you get 50% bonus on top of your first deposit. So go ahead and click that link in the bio.
Shameless plug on that
Shameless plug. But literally, it doesn't get any more simple. You can download the app. You can make everything is so easy nowadays to gamble. We're not partnered with Caesars. We just use Caesars because that's what we can use with our geolocation.
And then, I mean, that's super weird. I wonder, do we know if Dulgarian had a injury or something?
No, but the biggest thing that's interesting, so it went from 240, minus 240 to then minus 160 right before the fight. Huge dump. And then a big thing everyone's talking about is it's interesting that when he was getting choked, he was fighting the hands, and all of a sudden he stopped fighting the hands and he just went straight for punches, and he didn't care where he was hitting. And it's it was weird that he just held on to that double leg and then gets taken down. And then he just kind of holds himself there and then eventually just waits. I forgot what the guy's name is, but there's a guy out there. You could look him up. He actually talks about how he throws fights. He has one of the highest losing records in MMA. And he does it not in the UFC, but he does it in MMA in total. And he said what he does is he sits there and he does that. He takes a beating, but not too much. He just keeps his hands up, takes a little bit of a beating. Whenever they're ready for the submission, he gives a little bit of a fight so it looks legit, and then they lock it in. Pretty much exactly what we saw. When he mounted him and had him in turtle, he just sits here like this. Guy's going around, barely hitting him, barely touching him. Hit him one time with a really good shot underneath the armpit when he got him in the uppercut. And then he kind of was like, oh, shit, damn. And then after that, though, he gets flattened out on his back, fights hands for 1.5 seconds, and then starts punching and gets choked out. That was just textbook throwing a fight right there.
Allegedly,
if he didn't throw the fight, then that was a really bad camp. He must have had an injury on his brain or something. But I literally had so much faith in Dulgarian. I'm just pissed off that whole thing happened. And everyone was all like, "Oh, you should bet on him." But they started saying it an hour before the fight started. So I'm like, why is everyone saying now that I should go bet on him? And then I'm looking at the tweets, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, money lines are moving. It's shifty. At FBI, check into this." So, I mean, that is shady beyond belief. And if that is true, I mean, they should do a full investigation. But if that is true, pull both people, obviously, but void that ticket. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, it's also just super sketchy to do that with how everything's going with the NBA right now. With, I don't know if you've known anything about what's going on with Chauncey Billups, and there's this whole it started off with it being all these poker rooms that are rigged and things like that within the NBA kind of community or whatever. They would do these poker tournaments and poker games, and it went from that being illegal to now they have the mafia involved, and they're rigging certain people. I think one of the accusations is one of the previous coaches for the Cavs would actually leak out information on LeBron on whether or not he has an injury or things like that. So then the bookies and stuff like that would be able to try to skew it to their advantage and stuff like that. So it's weird that you have that, then you have this, and I don't know. And then you also have Cedricus. That whole situation was kind of sketchy too.
Dude, I told you that shit was going to happen.
Because he just kind of gave up the neck and gave up the choke.
I'm telling you, bro.
And he didn't even put much pressure on him. I understand if you have a solid choke, you don't need much pressure to tap. That was barely any pressure.
Well, he was he had that front headlock. He was kind of working it in. He's kind of doing this. Yeah, and he's just sitting here going like this and kind of getting it in. And it just seemed like Cedricus, as soon as he was sinking, it was okay, just a little bit more. Okay, yeah, just a little bit more. No, keep going. Just a little to the right. Oh, yep. Tap. That's what he does. It's what are you doing? Yeah. He was waiting to tap for a minute and a half. He was like, yeah, he touched my neck. Let's wait for this tap. Let's wait for this payday for the show. I just think that's ridiculous. I think that's scummy, and I think that ruins people's parlays and everything. Didn't ruin my parlay because I called it.
I mean, more so it ruins the ethics of UFC being a legitimate sport and all that.
Yeah, and that's what everyone talks about too. Yeah. Also, I'm kind of getting tired of it being too much of a sport where like what we saw with Norma, just sitting here the whole time, just playing patty cake for a minute, not going for it. That bothers the hell out of me.
Dude, she lost that fight.
She lost that fight 100%.
Like,
Norma lost that fight.
We had money on her winning.
And she lost that fight.
She lost that fight. I don't care what anyone says. I feel bad for Vieira. She definitely won that fight.
Ketlin won that 100%.
Like, I understand the last week where you had Gelatin. Like, he wasn't putting enough damage and he wasn't going for submissions and things like that. I understand how that kind of top position, you could see it as a loss if the bottom person's, landing strikes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Vieira, she was the whole time going for submissions. Like, there was a whole round where she just had her back and she's trying to, crank in a rear naked choke. She it wasn't that she wasn't trying to get the finish on the ground. So I just don't know where the judges saw that, especially the second round. I felt like that was Vieira's strongest round, and two of them gave it to Dumont. I just don't understand where they saw that
either.
I mean, maybe I'm just blind.
You know what's even crazier is after getting that controversial win, she goes to the podium and she calls out Juliana Pena. What a terrible thing to do. Juliana Pena would wreck her. I'm not even the biggest Juliana Pena fan. Juliana Pena would destroy her with that. If she comes out the exact same way she came out right there, Juliana's going to win every time.
Yeah, because, I mean, Pena, what she's going to do, she's going to pressure her. She's just going to go and put her into the cage. She's going to go and grapple her because she's not a grappler. 100% not a grappler from what we saw. I don't see Dumont doing anything to stop that.
What's this new thing they got going on over there at Shoot to Boxing where it's like, they're like, with their chin up?
I have no idea.
It's really weird. They're all coming out like this. Super weird. Like all the Shoot to Boxing people are doing that.
I have no idea. That's kind of weird. No, I mean, and then you also had the whole Kevin Christian. That was a rough one for the refs on that, in my opinion.
Dude, brutal.
I mean, I was just like, oh my gosh, this guy's tapping for 5 years.
Okay,
like,
first off, let's just talk about the Kevin thing. How are you 6'7", and you're hitting this guy in the shin, and you're busting his shin? Eventually his shin's just gonna snap. This welt is like a baby's head on his shin, and he's sitting here and he's like, "Oh, that's working. I think I should stop doing that. What I should do is I should just overextend on these body shots." Why are you throwing body shots like that? That is insane to me. Obviously, you're gonna get clipped. You have to come from fucking Mercury all the way to Earth. And then he goes right past him once. And then he's like, oh, I'll just clip him the next time. And he comes back in and gets clipped. No shit, dude. Just keep staying on the outside. Keep with that leg kick. Keep with that leg kick. That leg kick was fucking money.
I hate when people have length. And I said in the last podcast that he was able to use his length well in the previous fight. But are you not going to throw anything down the middle? Like, what are you doing? You have such a clear advantage. You're like, what, 5 or 6 inches taller than this dude. And on top of it, you have so much longer reach. You have like 7 inches reach or something like that.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then on top of it, who are you to think that you have the head movement to try to get out of that situation anyways? He goes and immediately pulls back as if he's like, what, Anderson Silva? Like,
dude,
you put your hands up.
Terrible.
Like, anyone can get put out in that division. What are you doing? I just don't understand.
I just don't know why. It's like, hey, stop hitting home runs. Stop slam dunking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, Steph Curry, enough with the threes, you know?
Yeah, I understand, like, that's, like, how you got to the show. But stop doing that.
And you know what else? Why are you wrestling, Themba?
Oh, God.
Why are you wrestling?
I hate when people just ruin our parlays. I make it sound like it's because like they have a personal vendetta.
They do. They have a person. They don't want us to win lots and lots of money.
Yeah, seriously. But like we go under this assumption that they're training and they're coaching the way that they were doing everything before. Because, again, that's what got them to the show, right? We say that all the time. You say that mostly, but
honestly, what got you to the dance, bro?
Yeah, exactly. Like, because you're using all your strengths at that point, right? And so you're like, okay, so this guy's strength is grappling. You know what? I'm gonna out grapple a grappler, even though I'm not. Like, you took one Dagestan class. How was it?
Bro, but he did do very good in the first round. The problem was then he had nothing to give after that, and he looked ridiculous.
Well, the problem is also you might have the technique down, but you don't have the muscle memory and all that like gives you the cardio and conditioning to grapple for 3 rounds. Against a guy that's an experienced grappler. If he was a less experienced grappler, I think that you would have been a lot more successful with that. But because Jeremiah Wells is a really good grappler, just go up against him, striking.
He looked great grappling, by the way, especially because he is in like the latter part of his career.
Yeah, he just knows shit.
I think he's going to lose his next fight because the next fight's going to be a striker and he's going to outstrike him and just have good takedown because that's how you beat someone like that. I don't know why he was like, oh, I'll just, because it's like if you ever do jiu-jitsu or anything like that, older guys, they keep that strength. They keep that old man strength and they'll just fuck you up. That's not going to go away with him. So for you thinking, oh, he's old, he's not going to be able to hold me down. My grappling is going to be so good. No, he is way better at grappling. You needed to strike and then you just use takedown defense and that's it. That's the game plan. You just get the W.
It's also like he becomes a little bit faster too. And it's not because he's like, getting physically faster. It's just because he knows the answers to the test. So he can get from the point A to point B faster because he's already done that so many times.
Yeah, his passing was really quick.
Yeah, so sweet. He was just in flow state when he was on the ground. And it's like, okay, let's go take down that guy. That just makes sense, dude. Dude, the whole Waldo debacle. That shit was crazy.
This eye poke shit is getting out of hand. We're stopping fights. We're restarting fights. We're getting everyone on Twitter to say, oh my God, you need to have a closed hand. Bro, if you're in open stance, if you're hand fighting, you're going to have your hand open. That's how life works. You're going to have your hand open, right? And you're going to be on the outside. You want to be on the outside of their hand the whole time. Like if we're going, I want to be on the outside and I want to be on the outside. So annoying because then they're like, close your fist. Yeah. What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing?
We're fisting each other.
First off, you're fucking heavy. You're a big dude. You're knocking people out. So if you have these small, like 7-ounce gloves on and you're that weight, dude, you're fucking people up when you're sparring, when you're getting ready for your fight. You want to get your rounds in, right? So you're going to get the 16-ounce gloves. You're going to get the heavier gloves. So that way you're not knocking people out. You're able to get some work in, right? So when you have those gloves on and you're posting on people, you feel like this. You have your hand open because that's how it feels in the glove. That's how it's going to feel in real life. That's how it's going to be. So if he's trying to post, like say he just like throws a jab and then he goes to post, but it doesn't get there quite. Oh, look at that. We got an eye poke. That's just the name of the game. Do eye pokes suck? Yes, but they're going to happen forever. There is no solving an eye poke. And I know that Jim Miller said that, oh, you just fight like this. Like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, you fight like that.
But he's also a grappler. Depending on what your discipline is kind of what you do in the fight, right? So like Muay Thai fighters, they do a lot of framing, a lot of posting on people. So they normally do that, right? Versus someone that is more a traditional boxer isn't really doing that as much because that's usually not what they're doing in boxing.
Well, why are they not doing that in boxing, right? So like if I'm doing boxing, I'm here, right? I'm doing this shit. I'm throwing. I'm just coming straight back here. Maybe I'm posting and then I'm coming down, whatever I'm doing, right? But if I'm in Muay Thai or am I doing something like that and I'm posting and you keep coming in while I'm long guarding, I can slip into, I can go and grab your bicep. I can do double bicep. I can go in for the head. I can do whatever I wanted. But I'm getting this shit going. Notice my fingers are out. Ooh, my fingers. I might accidentally get you if it slips. That's life. That sucks. I know. Life goes on. It just sucks. It's like heavyweights doing it. I'm sorry. Waldo did get knocked out. They waved it off. If the ref's decision is the ref's decision, but you can't be like, oh, he's knocked out. And then he goes, just kidding. He's not knocked out. We're going to resume in a second. And then the other guy goes, has adrenaline dump. Dude, this is the third card we've seen in like a fucking month like this. What are you doing?
Dude, like, just get your shit together. Again, you guys are the master of the octagon. Whatever you say goes. And just lean with the first thing. If you're gonna wave it off because that's the fight, that's the fight. And if they want to contest it and be like, "Yo, dude, that was an eye poke," and then they ultimately decide, "Oh, that was an eye poke," okay, then it's a no contest. It is what it is.
It is what it is. But if you wave it off, you waved it off.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it. You're done.
You don't come back from that shit.
Like, first off, it means that you have to have more conviction with what you have, and you have to stand on your shit. So if you wave it off, you have to be like, bro, this is what I saw when I was in there. This is the final say, yada, yada, yada. But for them to keep backtracking, like, third time in a month, in like 30-day span, like, that's crazy to me.
Also, like, give some kind of, if you were, because I know that Mark Smith was saying that he was like trying to do a timeout, do some kind of thing that's letting everyone know that you're doing a timeout. Like, let us know that you're communicating, hey, this is a timeout, that was an eye poke, we're gonna try to figure this shit out, versus like he didn't give any signal on the fight whatsoever. Yeah. He didn't wave it off, he didn't do anything, he just kind of broke it up. And it looked like he was like, oh, the fight's over.
Oh, I thought he waved it off. It looked like he waved it off.
It kind of looked like it, but I don't know if he fully was like, oh, yeah. He just kind of like broke them up, as far as I know.
Hold on. I got to check this out now. See?
Oh, 100%. Okay. Yeah. Fuck Mark Smith.
No, yeah, he waves it off.
Yeah, he waved it off.
He goes like this, and he waves it off completely.
Fucking,
that's what I'm saying, though. You can't wave it off. You waved it off. It's done. And it sucks. But you can make it a no contest later, and then you can rematch. That's how it can go down. Unfortunately, this shit, it's a wave. It's a wave. You're waving it off. You're saying, nope, we're done. We're done. I need to check on this man.
Yeah, and if you were going to try to do that timeout, it's also fucked up that you just let him get so much damage, too. Because he got, probably at least 5 big-ass shots on Waldo on that as well.
Yeah, but then they bring in a stool. He gets a little rest for a second. He gets all his stuff. It's insane.
Absolute garbage reffing. Just terrible reffing.
Terrible reffing.
Like, do better.
But anyways, I digress. I just, the eye poke thing really pissed me off. It makes me mad because like when I'm watching it, but it makes me mad because everyone thinks they have the answer. And the problem is the answer is that there's no answer. So stop talking about it, because there is no answer. And I think that everyone's just rage baiting me at this point. And they're just like trying to get me mad. Oh, and then you have Ronda Rousey, the queen herself, calling out Joe Rogan, saying he's just a fanboy or whatever.
They should just, oh, dude, them at the White House? The first co-ed MMA fight?
That's not the first co-ed. In UFC
history?
I was like, that's not the first co-ed one. Yeah, it's funny because she's like saying that, and then Bert says, "Yeah, well, he did fight," and she goes, "Nah, he didn't. He didn't fight." And it's like, okay, him with his skills at his age in a female's body that is the same weight as you would be fucking you up in the cage. Just is what it is. You have zero striking. His striking is way better. He has enough takedown defense to not get taken down. We saw what happened with Holly Holm. We saw what happened with Nunez. We see what happens with when you have someone that's like, oh, I'm not going to grapple with you. I'm just going to fuck you up.
I just think it's crazy that she puts such a high price tag on herself.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
All right, UFC. Yeah. That was funny. You remember that one time with Connor? Yeah, and all that money. Yeah, I just need $1 billion. $1 billion would get me back in that octagon. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah. It sounds like you don't want to be in the octagon.
Yeah, like what do you
like that sounds like you couldn't pay me to get back in the octagon.
Be fair, you know what I think it was? She had a black eye. I think what happened was she had a really good day sparring and she felt on top of the world. And then she went to this interview and she was like, I could fuck up anyone. She's like, I got that dog in me, I think that's what happened.
I don't know if this might be the most lukewarm take I've ever had in my life. I don't think she beats, with a full fight camp for both of them, I don't think she beats anyone in the top 15 at bantamweight.
I'm not going to say 100% I agree with you, but I'm going to say I agree with you. I feel like there's going to be someone that's in the top 15 that I'm just like, that chick sucks. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe Miesha Tate 4. That's the only one. Miesha Tate would be the only one I'd be like, oh, she might not be able to.
I don't know. Miesha Tate's still been training.
Yeah, she's still been training, and she's a dog.
She is a dog. She's
but
fun to watch.
At the same time, she might have like the like little brother syndrome type of thing.
Yeah, where she's
it's like there's like they just have their number, and it's just frustrating.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think she just has her number, but
outside of that, I don't know anyone else in the bantamweight division that would like she would be able to even compete with.
Bro, she puts herself on the Mount Rushmore next to like Chuck Liddell. She's like, yeah, us legends, like, you know, when Chuck started losing, it's like, no, we still think Chuck is a fucking animal.
Yeah.
We don't think of you that way. Like, what are you talking about?
Chuck's up on the mountain. He's like, whoa, speak for yourself, bro.
Bro, every time anyone tweets Ronda Rousey, I always just put Nunez just beating the shit out of her.
With 1-2s.
When she's like doing this and she's against the fence and she just gets 1-2'd and then 1-2'd and then 1-2'd and she just can't defend a 1-2. I think it's just so funny. But yeah, dude, she is not on the Mount Rushmore and she needs to get off that high horse.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, just tell us you don't want to fight at UFC White House or UFC at all. Like, why are you trying to do this whole I'm still relevant type of news baiting?
She prefaced it like this. She was like, yeah, man, everyone's saying like, everyone wants me to get back in the cage and they're asking me about the UFC White House. And it's like, guys, stop. I'm not going. And then he's like, well, like, how much would it take to get you in there? And she was like, $1 billion, $1 billion. And he's like, okay, like 150 mil. $1 billion. Like, what are you talking about? $1 billion? I'd pay $1 billion to never have ever seen a fight of yours. Like, what are you talking about? Get out of here. Like, ridiculous. I understand that she's a pioneer. I think she did so much for the women's sport. One of my favorite things that she said was when all the girls were like, I think we should get paid more. And she goes, and she gets asked the question, do you think women should get paid more in the UFC? And she said, you should get paid what you're worth. If you put butts in the seats, you get paid. I put butts in the seats, I get paid. And I think that's so valid. It's like, I'm tired of these people that don't put butts in the seats and they're like, I think I should get paid more. You shouldn't get paid more. Like, look at Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley makes money outside the UFC with all of his, like, he uses a platform, like a jumping spot to get all this money. It's not like his UFC versus his non-UFC funds. Outside the UFC is making a shit ton more.
Yeah. I mean, technically, he probably doesn't even have to fight again.
No, that's why he's thinking about retiring or whatever. And it's like, why are you thinking about retiring, bud?
I mean, I didn't mind her as a UFC or like the Ultimate Fighter coach.
I think she was crying the whole time, dude. She fucking sucked.
No, but like,
ew, dude.
Okay,
Ew.
Hold like 1 sec. Okay.
Ew.
No, when they were training, she had a lot of good points that she made. Like, you know, just talking about like, oh yeah, you always want to be first. You want to be faster. You want, you know, like get to the mark faster than your opponent and stuff like that. And some people don't do that. And so like, you know, she does make some points in that season that you're like, okay, like that's not too bad.
Theoretically, she was a good coach.
Okay. She had some good coaching moments. I'll say that. I'll backstep. She wasn't like a great. I'm not gonna watch her coach another season,
bro. When she
it's not
was
like Anthony Pettis or something like that. That I'm like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, she's not like Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, she's not like fucking Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah, that's good season.
Dude, his coaching is so good.
I know, I like Eddie Alvarez a lot. But yeah, I just think like when she's like in Miesha Tate's face and she's like trying to like stay like strong and she looks like she's about to cry and Misha's like, dude, I'm just getting a drink right now with my man. Like, can you go away? Like, what are you doing here?
Dude, I'm at the bar with my man.
Yeah. And then she's like in her face, like, me and my striking coach is like, wasn't your striking coach a fraud? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what the fuck is happening? Gosh. Anyways, that's enough of Ronda.
And that's the last time you'll ever hear Ronda on this fucking channel.
No, you definitely will hear her a lot more. I guarantee she's gonna be more in the news. Especially after she goes and she says, I don't know why everyone thought that I was coming after Joe Rogan. I don't have beef with him. I never had beef with him. I never said anything bad. I never said anything malicious. Even though she's talking shit.
Malicious.
Malicious. With their fucking monocle on. Also, very unfortunate news. Jonathan Haggerty.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Tore his rotator cuff and will not be fighting November 16th against Nabil.
I'm actually so bummed for that.
He looked locked and loaded when he was like training at a syndicate and he was weeks and weeks out. He felt it. And then after he felt it, He immediately knew something was wrong. Got an MRI, found out it was torn.
Fucking A, dude.
Brutal.
That sucks because that's a pretty long recovery process.
It sounds like because it might be a long recovery process, but then on top of that rehab process is nuts for what he does.
For what he does, yeah.
For regular people, it's like, yeah, rehab wasn't that bad. It's like, yeah, but I mean, are you like a top level elite athlete? Also crazy that I was just saying I can't wait for him to finish this fight. Because after this fight, I was hoping he would transition over to UFC. Remember, I was just saying that on the live stream. So, speaking of live stream, we do live stream every Saturday on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. Come join us. We watch the fights. We lose money. We make money. We do live betting. So, definitely be there for those.
Yeah, and if you come in, make sure you tell us what your live bets are as well. We like to debate on that.
All right, let's get into the card. Let's start off with the prelims. Who do you have for the prelims first? Because yours is always out of whack.
Mine this time will actually not be out of whack.
Okay, so yours is starting with Valentine?
It is starting with Gabriel Bonfim. No, I'm just kidding. It's starting with Jackson McVeigh versus Robert Valentin.
And who do you have?
I have Valentin money line.
Yeah.
I just think he just kind of ran into an unfortunate circumstance of fighting just some top tier people. You know, like Torres Finney is just an elite grappler. Out grappled him for 3 rounds. It just is what it is.
That was a boring fight, though.
Absolutely boring fight. I honestly am not a fan of Torres Finney whatsoever. I don't want to see another fight of his.
You know who else doesn't?
Who?
Dana White.
Hell yeah.
He didn't even want to sign him in the first place.
Yeah, it's like you're just a boring, you're just a decision fighter.
Yeah.
You're the worst. Like whenever we talk about wrestling grapplers in the UFC, you're what we're talking about. You are the literal archetype of the fight that we don't like.
Bro, he MMA catfished him. What he did was he said, you're boring. You're not going to be in the UFC. Comes back in the Dana White Contender Series again. And then he TKOs that guy. And then he's like, man, you came out and blah, blah, blah. And then the next couple fights, Torrey Finney just boring as all get out. Catfish the shit out of Dana. Poor Dana signed that contract.
Yeah, and then you had Atiba Gautier that he fought after that, who is a fucking marauder.
Yeah, but it was also weird. Like, Valentin he looked weird in that fight. Like, what are you doing? He had no offense. He had no anything. It looked like he had no strategy. It looked like he was coming off the couch going to that fight.
I think once you get in the ring against that guy, he has like this weird aura presence about him that you're just like, you get kind of shifty.
Maybe.
Like he has that mystique that you're just like, oh God, okay, this is going to be a rough one.
I also have Valentine though. Valentine? I also have Robert. I also have Bob. And I have him winning. McVeigh, when I was watching his stuff, he looks like he's a big fish in a small pond. He doesn't look too crazy. Also, Robert Valentine. Robert Valentin?
Yeah,
I don't
Valentin.
know. So Robert, he trained with Daniel.
Oh, don't you fucking dare.
I have it written down. Don't worry. He trained with Daniel Donchenko. He trained with Daniel Donchenko, who won the UFC Ultimate Fighter. And they both trained out of Tiger Muay Thai together. 2023, you can look it up. Pretty good season. Both just dogs, though. I just think his striking, his grappling is going to be on another level. He's seen more shit than McVeigh has, and it's going to prepare him better. McVeigh, I believe, is already on. I think he already lost one fight in the UFC, or has he not been able to get a fight?
No, he got submitted by Bruno Ferreira.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He got armbarred.
Yeah.
He got armbarred by Bruno. But Bruno's also a dog. But that's a terrible fight to just give him first go. But yeah, I think that Robert's going to take that one easy.
Yeah, and it's also like 3 fights in a row Valentin lost. I mean, I think he's better than being 4 fights in a row lost.
But if he's not, I guess he can. If he loses, then he's out, right? He needs to be cut. But I think he's a great coach.
He is an excellent coach.
Yeah, so I think he should go and coach if he doesn't remain in the UFC.
Yeah, I completely agree. He does have a great mind for it, and he knows how to connect with people. If you ever watch the Ultimate Fighter season with him, I believe he was on the Shevchenko Grasso season, And yeah, he was really good on that. Next one I have is Miles Johns versus Daniel Marcos.
Mr. Overhand Right himself, Miles Johns. Bam, 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 bam.
Is that who you have?
Hell no.
I don't either.
Yeah, there's no way I'm having him, dude. His fucking... Also, when you throw a jab, this is a jab and comes back. Dude, he like just charges across the whole fucking thing, and then once he touches you, overhand. And everyone goes, oh my God, he has so much power. And Daniel Cormier is like, man, he's got the greatest overhand and his wrestling to back it up. No. Daniel Marcus is going to take this. I guarantee you. He has way more tools, way more of a dog. He has better people in his repertoire of people he's beat. He has way better skills. Definitely going to take this. If I were him, though, I would be careful of that overhand right because it can just randomly clip and you get that puncher's chance. So if he just remains cautious of that, he could pick him apart from the outside and he can win, I think, by decision.
That's funny. My other line was going to be for the over.
The over. Yeah, over by decision. I think that's how it's playing out. I do not see him landing that overhand right because, I mean, dude, did you see that? Oh, my God. I forgot who he fought.
If you have good coaching, they should see that tendency. And they should be able to train for that tendency.
Yeah, and the other thing that he does very well is he shoots things up the middle constantly. So right there, if he just watches the overhand and he keeps shooting stuff up the middle, that's the overhand gone. That's the wrestling gone right there. What else does Miles John have besides the joust of he runs across the ring with his like left arm out? He's not landing that shit. That just is what it is. So you could just put your whole house on that one.
Damn, dude.
I'm sick of that. I hate one-trick ponies. They get so high up with their one trick and they choose not to do anything else. It's like, get some more shit, dude. They're training with these world-class people, and that's what bothers me.
Just so funny because like we were just talking about how like, oh yeah, like make sure like, remember what brought you to the dance? But sometimes people put it to the extreme.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like it's like cool, you have a sick overhand. That's awesome. Now add leg kicks. And then when you have to dig deep, that right hand's there. You know what I mean? You can go back to that. You can go back to the well. The problem is when people go and they're like if Miles Johns just comes out and he tries to do only kicking, like that would be ridiculous. He's like 2.5 inches tall. Why would you try to kick with this guy, So that would be silly, but the overhand's going to be there for him. So he should mix things up in between, try to get more shots off and try not to be so looping with everything. Maybe he connects with that right hand on Marcus's chin.
So next one I have is Tisha Pennington, a.k.a. Tisha Torres, versus Denise Gomez.
Okay. Also, I think it's pronounced Denise Gomes.
Denise Gomes.
I'm like, John Anik said it, and I'm like, because I was like, I need to say this name right. I think it's Denise Gomes who is winning this as well.
Oh, 100%.
And I think Tisha's going to retire. You guys want to take this bet? Is she going to retire?
Do we think that Pennington gets put away? Do you think that she gets KO'd?
I mean, she could definitely. I think she gets TKO'd. I think that could happen. Denise, though.
Like, she's on a fucking tear right now.
Fucking hands, bro.
Her hands look crisp. And when she connects with something, it's normally at the end of a really good combo. That last one is the kill shot. Mm-hmm. And that one looks like it fucking hurts
people out. Yeah. It doesn't look like it hurts because you're already asleep.
Yeah.
The thing that's crazy, though, is so I was watching a lot of... I've only seen her in the UFC. So I started watching her stuff before the UFC. And... man, did she make a big turnaround coming into the UFC. Mm-hmm. She looks so great now she's in the UFC. I love betting on her now. I'm like, dude, she's just going up and up and up. That's what you do. You just keep leveling up.
I've been a fan since she put out Yaragui.
The one that she just came out and did it?
Yeah, she just came out and it was like the first like 30 seconds or whatever.
She
just
came
put her out.
Yeah, and we were in different rooms. We were like, oh! Yeah, dude.
I was shook because I had the other chick. And I was like, oh, this chick is going to be like the next thing.
Yeah.
You know, she had that sick ass like Mexican high guard. And I was like, oh, dude,
we were
this chick
just
is
saying
gonna
that.
be
We're like, this
problem.
is a dog fight.
Yeah.
She just comes out, just immediately
Just gets
slaps her.
put the fuck out. I was like, oh, okay, my bad.
Crazy.
My bad. I didn't know there was levels like this.
Dude, calm down. Yeah, dude. I definitely think though, I think she's retiring after that for sure.
I agree.
Huge fan of her. Been following her since Ultimate Fighter.
It gets to a point though where like you're like, is it worth it at this point? You know, like she has obviously Raquel. You know, like they're married.
Wait,
and then they have
married?
a kid.
Her last name, Torres Pennington.
Yeah, she just took her name and just get married. But you know, they have a kid together and stuff like that. You know, like life's good. You know, so it's really hard. I feel, at least in my opinion, to like view fighting at that point when you're also on the older side.
What's that expression? It's hard to get in the ring when you wake up in silk sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's hard to eat when you're already fed.
Yeah. Ooh, do we got more?
Are we just out here making bars?
Yeah. Dude, sample that.
Yeah, so I mean, I just think that Gomez, she's hungry. She's trying to go out there and prove something, and I'm excited to see what she proves. All right, so next we got Josh Hockett versus Max Jimenez.
Obviously, I have Josh Hockett. He's out of Jackson Wink. We watched him on the Contender Series. He's going to walk through.
I hate you. I completely agree. You took the words right out of my mouth.
You know, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of Hockett's personality though. How he talks is very fucking annoying. So I do hope that he gets put out. I don't think he does get put out.
Actually, I changed my mind. I think Max is going to win.
Why is that?
I just think that he has heavy hands, which Josh doesn't really have like very good hands. He likes to wrestle. He likes to do that type of thing. Very boring fighter. And I think Max, even though I think Max is 32, I think he's the older one. I think that he gets it done against Josh. I could take the over on this though. For sure can take the over.
Take the over?
Would you take the under?
I would have to see what the under is, like what the line is. If it's over under round and a half, I could see going over, but I don't know about the over 2.5.
Take the under?
Might take the under on 2.5.
I can concede and do the under.
But
Over if it's 1.5, under if it's 2.5.
Yeah.
I could do that for sure. I just think that Max has heavy hands. I think Josh is immediately going to shoot. It's going to be a little wrestling match, but Max is dangerous on the ground. Very dangerous on the ground. And he actually doesn't have, I think he has one submission in his whole thing. He's been TKO and KOing everyone. I don't think Josh wants to strike with that. But who knows? Maybe he can nullify that wrestling. He's a big lad, dude. He's a huge dude. So who knows? I think that Max might get that done. I'm going to say Max gets it done. And then that way you can mark it here so that we can come back and be fucking told you.
Fucking told him.
And then if not, then we'll just scratch it from the record.
All right. Next one I have Myra Bueno Silva versus Jaqueline Cavalcanti.
This one is my lock of the week. I'm going to say Jacqueline, and I think it's going to be decision. I think it's going all the way. So my thing is that it's definitely going to be Jacqueline decision. It's going past it. Just because Myra is just, it looks like she's slowing down kind of. It doesn't look too good. She's on a skid. She has like 4 fights that she's lost or no contest to in a row. And then, she was going in for clinches and it just looks so silly. Instead of like wrapping, the person's head was here and she was like, and then the girl slipped under. And I was just rewatching it over and over and over and over. And I was like, man, she looks kind of slow. And then, I don't know. I just think her striking's a little slow. She just kind of walks in like a zombie. She tries to submit everyone. I think Jacqueline's best move is to not go to the ground with her. If she does go to the ground, go on top of Myra. Myra doesn't do a good job getting off her back. She sucks at fighting off her back.
She also thinks, like when she's on the ground, very traditional BJJ versus like MMA BJJ, where you're trying to be a little bit more dangerous throwing stuff, like, or also being used to getting hit. Because I feel like when she gets hit, when she's on the ground in bottom position, she kind of resets. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, you're not supposed to do that. We're rolling type of like feeling whenever I see her on the ground like that. I definitely think that Cavalcanti, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Dude, just say her first name. That's what I'm doing.
All right. I definitely, Jacqueline is going to win this as well. I think that Myra's, first of all, her footwork is so sloppy.
And she's old.
Very
she's
simple.
not going to fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She has like that, like, no offense, I'm sorry, Bilal, but like that kind of Bilal footwork where like they only go forwards and backwards. There's not really angles going. There's no sense of urgency when she enters the space. There's no urgency to exit the space.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of goes in, gets hit a lot, and then she gets hit while she's exiting. You know, like just a lot of unnecessary damage.
She always throws the same 2 strikes too when she enters. She comes in, throws something to the head, tries to hit the liver, gets hit 10 times, and then tries to leave, gets hit 10 more times, and then comes back in and tries the same thing the entire fight. The problem is Jacqueline's really good at fighting on the outside, and she's going to be able to do that. And I think she could do that for 3 rounds easy. Also, I think John Wood is on a tear right now. I think that he's just going to like not walk through Myra, but I think that he has a game plan. He knows what he's doing, and that coaching is going to be next level. I think she takes it.
I completely agree. I was about to say that.
So my lock of the week is the over. And then I think it's gonna go decision, Jacqueline.
Next one, I have Adrian Yanez versus Christian Quiones.
We're probably gonna disagree on this.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You got Quiones?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to hear this.
Giannis gets peppered up a lot. Leg shots, he gets eaten up, tries to box too much. Not that good at grappling. He gets pushed against the cage a lot. I love Giannis. This is said with love. His camp, like the other people coming out of his camp as well aren't really like they're not learning those lessons either.
They're not well rounded.
Yeah, so I could see they're not a well-rounded place. I think he's just getting fed too much, and he's just boxing a lot. I think that Quiones, his grappling is going to be a problem. This is going to be an Apex, so it's going to be a smaller octagon. Grappling is going to be a big problem against Yanez. Yanez is a slow starter. He doesn't really have, even though he boxes a lot, he doesn't have head movement. He moves his head straight back like that. So if you watch all of his fights, he gets peppered up with jabs constantly. Especially if you could throw in a leg kick in there. He's not paying attention to your hands, and you could just hit him all day. I think that he's just outclassed, and if he doesn't change anything, he's probably going to be cut from the UFC because he needs to get better grappling. He needs to be more well-rounded because that boxing shit, just you can't just box in the UFC.
Yeah, I mean, I do have Yanez money line. I might be a little bit biased because I am a fanboy of his.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah,
I love Yanez.
I don't know. I just when I saw Christian, there was nothing particularly special about his fighting. No offense to him. That like when I watch Yanez, I'm like you kind of are on the edge of your seat because he does connect really well. And like his the people he's fought has been such a higher caliber. Like he fought Rob Font. I mean, he lost to Rob Font, but like he fought Rob Font, like top 15 people. And I just feel like with that knowledge, and he also has been off for a little bit. And maybe if I was him, I would have spent that time learning how to grapple, learning how to do takedown defense, maybe learning how to check a kick, things like that. So, I mean, maybe mine's wishful thinking, and we should definitely go with Quiones. But I just wanted to, we'll go with Quiones, but I just really hope that Giannis wins. Because if Giannis wins, it's in a good, it's going to be a fun fight. Versus if Quiones wins, it's probably not going to be as colorful of a fight.
Yeah, it might not be as colorful, but I think he's just more well-rounded. He's 2 years younger, and so I think that he has more to offer the UFC later.
We'll do Quiones money line.
Yeah, I think he's going to grapple. I think it's going to be a lot of cage work in this fight.
Yeah, because I can't sense whether or not it's going to be over or under, just because Giannis.
If Giannis connects, it's going to be a short night.
Yeah, exactly. So it can definitely happen, but I think the safer bet would be Quiones.
This one's easy. I know who you're going to pick right away because you're a fanboy of this guy too. I also have that though.
Okay, this Haider Amel versus Jamal Emmers. I mean, I have Hyder money line. I can see it go either way, though. It's going to be a really close fight. I didn't know that Hyder was as old as he is.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
And then Emmers is also pretty old, too. So
Emmers is a year younger than Hyder.
Is he?
Yeah.
Either way, 34 and 35, I think, right?
No, sorry, he's a year older.
Yeah.
So Hyder Amel is 35 and Jamal is 36. I think Hyder takes this, but he has to come out exactly how he did when he came out against Lee, where he just came out and he just started battering him.
Yeah, because if he does that, I think that he will get respect from Jamal Emmers. And then Jamal Emmers is going to be on the back foot. And then he'll have kind of like almost a smooth sailing type of fight night at that point. But if he allows Emmers to make it a dogfight, it's going to be a really close fight.
Yeah, the problem is that Emmers doesn't know when he has people hurt. So, like, even that last knockout that he's coming off of, he had him hurt like 4 or 5 different times, but not like hurt. Like, you should put him out now. You should put him out of his misery. And then he just kept resetting it, and he kept going with it. And it was just like, bro, just put him out of his misery. And then eventually he just hits him with something, he goes down, and then he hits him with the shot on the ground, and it's done. I thought it was pretty sick when he did it, but then rewatching it, I'm like, man, you had so many opportunities. Yeah. So if he's too cautious, you can't be cautious against Hyder, because Hyder's going to push that pace the whole time. In your face, round 1 to the end of the bell, you know?
Yeah. Also, I mean, Hyder's only loss was to Jose Delgado.
Dude, how sick was that knockout, though?
Yeah, super sick. I had Hyder, and I was like, oh, shit, my bad.
Holy wrong. Holy airball.
Yeah. Holy
shit.
airball.
Yeah,
dude. Seriously. So, I mean, I just definitely think that he is going to be the one to get it done.
This is the opening to the main card. We have Christian Leroy Duncan versus Marco Tulio.
I have Tulio money line.
You have Tulio?
Yeah. What?
You don't have Tulio. You have Tulio money line?
Yeah.
Bro, Duncan's going to, first off, he's British. Duncan's going to beat his ass. The only people he's lost to is Petrosian and then RoboCop. He's going to walk through him. He's not going to walk through him, but he's going to dog walk through him.
I just don't think that he has the grappling to go up against Tulio.
You don't think so? I don't know, man. That's pretty dangerous.
I feel like Christian Leroy Duncan's like a proper British like kickboxer. Like that's how he fights. And then, I mean, don't get me wrong. He is really good and he is fun to watch. I just don't think with especially how small the ring is, I think Tulio is just going to kind of grind it out. Maybe get a finish, like a submission or something like that. But I just think that he'll be able to get it done in that respect.
So do you think it's going to go over?
It might go over. Yeah.
Do you want to just call it the over?
Yeah.
All right. Meet in the middle, do the over. I always forget he's British too until he beats people and then he gets on the mic and he's just like, oh, I might. Fish and chips and knit, you know?
Yeah.
And you're just like, sick.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah. Next up is Ricky Simon versus Hione Barsolas.
Yeah.
Okay. I have Ricky Simon.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Barsolas is he's old and I just want to keep betting on him until eventually I'm right and he loses.
Yeah.
I'm tired of losing money on him winning.
No, I just think that he only kind of brings pressure once the fighter is kind of tired. Like you watch it in the previous fight with him against our boy Cody Garbrandt, where he lost the first round because he was on the back foot and Garbrandt, he was on the front foot and he was kind of putting him against the cage while he was boxing him, right? And then second and third round, he lost because Hione was pressuring forward because Garbrandt was starting to get tired after the first round, right? And then he started grappling with him and all that stuff. He's not going to have that same fight with Ricky Simon. Ricky Simon's going to stay front foot. He's going to keep him on the cage, and he's going to constantly grapple with him. He's a wrestler. And so I just think that that's what's going to happen. He's going to grind him out for 3 rounds. I don't see a finish happening in this fight either. So, I mean, honestly, like my lock of the week is probably Ricky Simon decision.
Bang, bang.
I really think that's what's going to happen. Any thoughts?
Yep, that's it. No notes.
Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is exactly what Joe would say. So
yeah, and so it was written, so shall it be. Next up, we have
Chris Padilla versus Ismail Bonfim.
Chris Padilla. He's a dog. That elbow was sick.
Dude, that's so crazy. I also have Padilla money line.
Hell yeah.
I just think that his length and him being able to use all of his tools for striking is going to be too much of a problem for Ismail. And dude, that last fight with
Nazim,
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
If not, I'm sorry, don't beat my ass. But he beat his ass.
Yeah.
And that was like, he beat the brakes off him.
That was sick.
And it was sick.
Talking about the question mark kick?
Yeah. Like
just flush in the forehead.
Oh God. I had to do it to him. I just think that Padilla can do not the same thing, but something to that extent.
Yeah, I think Padilla is going to be good in this fight. I think that
and he's on a 5-fight streak. He is just
he's
rolling.
not slowing down. Yeah,
yeah.
He's a stocky one for that division.
Yeah.
With Muslim Salikov versus Euros Medic.
We're probably going to differ on this. I have Salikov money line.
I was originally going to do that, but when I figured out he was 40 and Euros is 32, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to go the other way. I was thinking that Muslim, because like how his like forward pressure, he's kind of in your face. He doesn't really have any tells and stuff like that. That's what I was originally thinking. But I start digging deeper and I'm seeing he can be knocked. And I'm like,
they both can be knocked.
Yeah, they have equal knockage.
Maybe we do that. It just doesn't go to decision.
I don't know, man. I think Euros takes this one.
I could see either one because I could see Salikov coming in and just putting him out in the first round or two. But at the same time, I could see Uros doing that as well.
Yeah, I mean,
and they're not one of those people. Neither one of them are ones to back down from the fight, where they're just kind of. You'll see it sometimes, like with was it Billy Elikana versus Aslan, where they were just kind of playing like that little patty cake and like not really throwing anything because they're afraid of putting each other out. That's not how this fight's going to be.
You don't think so?
No, I think Uros is going to go front foot. I think that Muslim is going to go front forward, and they're just it's going to be a car accident.
Dude, Muslim's fucking wheel kick knockout is so sick.
Oh, so sick.
So flush. Do you think so? If the line is 1.5 rounds, we're doing under no matter what.
No, I would honestly just do that. It doesn't go to decision.
Just doesn't go to decision. Okay.
Yeah, because I just feel like both these guys can put each other out.
How about this? How about we find a place that takes a prop bet and we do an eye poke.
Ooh, but it's like -150.
It's likely, very likely,
Very likely.
Yeah, it's -320. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Doesn't go to decision.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I feel like that's yeah. I feel like that's pretty.
Next up, we have Matt Schnell versus Joseph Morales.
We probably have the same person.
Easy.
Morales, right?
I was like, is he about to say Schnell?
No, Schnell. Dude, I'm sorry. I love Matt Schnell. He is a dog. But most of his wins lately have been just kind of like him just out-dogging the other person, and he can't out-dog Morales.
Dude, I love Morales' story. Gets cut from the UFC, goes to Ultimate Fighter, wins the Ultimate Fighter. Then on the DDP card, we're against him. We're betting against him, remember? And then he ends up submitting him, right?
Yeah.
Submits him, and then now here we are.
Mm-hmm.
You have to bet on this guy.
Yeah.
You can't not bet on Joseph Morales.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, he has a good coaching team as well behind him.
This is a good co-main, in my opinion. Also, all of these fights, they're not the greatest fights of all time, but these are like much better fights than were last week. Yeah. At Vegas 110, that was dog shit. Don't ever do that again.
I think you hit the nail on the head last week when we were talking about it. There was a lot to do with just kind of seeding and trying to see where all the smaller pieces are placed en route to next year and see what we're doing with that. This week is definitely a lot more, hey, these are just fights if you know type of fights.
Yeah.
Like, who knows who the fuck, Salikov is, for example, unless you watch the fights.
Not a lot of casuals are like, oh shit, Muslim Salikov. Like, let's do
Dude, that fucking wheel kick was sick.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a household name.
Yeah.
And same with Matt Snell, unless you like seeing people getting KO'd. He's on a lot of people's highlight reel.
Yeah, sometimes I look at these cards and I'm like, I don't think I've ever heard of this person. I look and I have to do some digging. And I'm like, oh, I know kind of who that is. Let's watch some of their fights. But everyone on this fight, apart from Valentin, his opponent, McVeigh, everyone else I knew. He was the only one I didn't know going into this card. I was like, man, this is actually a pretty good card. If you know them. Last week, we had like Dolgarian. Like, who the fuck knows who Dolgarian is until
the Mafia
that card?
does.
Now the Mafia knows because the Mafia's paying his ass off. All right.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah. And that's fact, not speculation.
Yeah.
FBI, reach out. Next up's the main event. We have Gabriel Bonfim versus Randy Brown.
Dude, fucking Rude Boy himself.
I love Rude Boy. You don't like Rude Boy?
I love Rude Boy. I don't have him in this fight, but I do love him.
I literally, the first sentence says, I love Randy Brown, but I don't think he's going to win against Bonfim.
Bonfim it depends on how Bonfim's going to come out, though.
Does it, or does it depend on how the judges see Bonfim come out? Because he definitely lost against Stephen Thompson, and that was some bullshit. And I'm going to take that to my grave.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Take that to the bank because that's easy.
I think Randy's fight style is a little bit different than Stephen Thompson's, though. Stephen Thompson, it's kind of hard to take him to the ground, except for in like the later rounds, because his lateral movement is really good, exceptionally good. Not to say that Randy's isn't good, but he kind of allows people to kind of take the front foot, lead the dance, and then he kind of likes to be on the cage a lot. Like a lot more than I would like him to be.
I think the reason he does that is because he likes you to feel safe. Like, oh yeah, okay, counter. And then you're wobbly. It's like, oh yeah, you're wobbly, huh? And then he knocks your ass out.
Yeah.
I love that he does that. However,
you can't do that with Bonfim.
That and the last people that we watch, all the people that were like, man, dude, like recent in our brain, like, he fucked that guy up. I can't believe he did that. Those guys are both 40 years old.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is a 28-year-old on the rise, getting better each time he has a camp. You're not knocking this guy out. He's not getting knocked.
If he's smart and he's, getting coached properly, what he's going to do is he's going to get him to the cage the way that Randy wants to be on the back foot. And then he's going to try to engage and grapple, do cage work, take him down and submit him. And then you just walk home and you just have a good night.
Yeah.
Whether or not he does that, it remains to be seen. Hopefully he doesn't try to stand and bang with him. That would be a very dumb and very silly thing to do. Because with Randy's range, his ability to, land his punches from distance and make you feel like you're safe, but you're actually not safe at all, is really good. And if you just allow him to do that, he's going to put you out. I mean,
agree.
he put out Dalby, and Dalby is so hard to put out.
What do you mean hard to put out? He's never been put out.
Yeah.
That was the first time he's ever been put out.
And he got put out hard. He got put out Gaethje hard.
I thought he died.
Yeah, he looked deceased.
Yeah.
And you know who else lost to Dalby? Bonfim. Now I'm kind of rethinking my idea, my strat. No.
I think Bonfim's going to take this.
The math checks out, Joe.
I know. That is the MMA math, though.
That is the MMA math.
But I'm not taking that. I'm definitely taking Gabriel Bonfim. Money line. I would not bet on any other prop. I wouldn't bet the under. I wouldn't bet the over.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet decision. I wouldn't bet submission. I wouldn't bet knockout. I just think he's going to win. I don't know how he's going to get it done. Most likely, I see him decision. I see him tiring out Randy, a lot of grappling, a lot of that shit, kind of grinding it out to the end. But I also see him taking him to the ground, getting a submission. I don't see him knocking him out.
Yeah, if it becomes a stand and bang war, I think Randy can take this.
If it becomes stand bang, he's getting clipped.
He's getting clipped, and it's going to be a highlight clip.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that Randy knows how to do.
I can see Randy clipping him early And then he force shoots, takes down Randy, and then it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, but then he goes into full safe mode, right? Like he resets like your computer, and it's like, hey, do you want to be in safe mode? He's like, yes, please. Yeah. And then he goes and he just takes him down for the next 4 rounds.
Yeah, I could see it happening like that too.
And, and I could definitely see that happening. I mean, Randy Brown does have good grappling as well. I mean, he's not amazing, but he's definitely he can, he knows his way on the ground versus a Stephen Thompson. I feel it looks a little bit foreign on the ground. So with a 13-leg parlay, it's plus $72,205. If you put Chris $100 down, it would be $72,205 you're getting back.
Bang, bang. So this will be live on our free Patreon. You can just go ahead and look at it, and you could just do it yourself. And then on top of that, if you wanted to buy our other picks, those are all going to be spicy picks. Some are 2 legs, some are 3 legs, some are 5 legs, but they're just more specific bets. And like I said, usually at least one hits every week. The last one that hit was a plus 575 parlay.
Yeah, I mean, what were we? Ever since we started that, we've had 2 weekends in a row so far. Mm-hmm. So we're technically 2 for 2 on parlays hitting. And
I guarantee you another parlay this week will hit.
Yeah. So, I mean, 100%. If I was a betting man, I would definitely be subscribed to that channel. Shameless plug.
I am a betting man, so I am. All right, that's a wrap for this week's fights. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoy this content, our social media is in the bio. Be sure to subscribe, cash those tickets, and don't forget, bet smart, fight hard. I'll catch you in the next card.